What's going on, everybody? How is everybody doing today? Now this is your third stimulus check update and third stimulus package update. There's a lot of news we have to discuss about our third stimulus check, your unemployment benefits, and SSI or SSDI payments. So be sure to stay until the end of this video so you can find out when you should expect to receive a third stimulus check. Folks, I just hope our politicians in Congress pass this $1,400 stimulus check and send out the stimulus payments to those that need it the most. If you folks agree with my message, then leave a comment down below saying I agree.
It is International Women's Day, a day to recognize the great accomplishments of women and the great possibilities that lie ahead. In the course of the day, we'll be having some recognitions, but one very important one is that as we speak here now, on the Senate side, they are finishing up the engrossment of the American Rescue Plan. This plan, as my distinguished colleague from the Virgin Islands pointed out, does so many great things for America's children, America's families, and America's women. If you are a caregiver, whether for a child or a senior or whatever, child care is substantially supported in this legislation. If you are a teacher, schools will be able to be open more safely with increased funding to do so, with ventilation, separation, and the rest, to have our children return safely and our teachers as well. The child tax credit and the refundable child tax credit, the earned income tax credit, as was mentioned by the distinguished chairwoman on the Ways and Means Committee, which was largely responsible, along with Rosa DeLauro and Richie Neal, Mike Thompson, in getting all this done. The point is, we'll be having a further discussion about this bill as we move forward to its passage in the next 48 hours. But it is important to acknowledge on International Women's Day the connection between the advancement of women, the recognition of the contributions of women, and the needs that are met in the American Rescue Plan. As President Biden said, help is on the way. That promise is kept in this legislation to all Americans. I wanted to acknowledge specifically to the women of America.
Will the president's name or signature appear anywhere on the upcoming stimulus check that many Americans will be receiving?
This is a very popular question. I will tell you that our focus right now is on getting this bill across the finish line, getting relief out to the American people, which we expect will happen by the end of the month in terms of getting the relief out. In terms of what the checks will look like, I just don't have an update on that for you today.
And yesterday, Senator Manchin said that, like President Biden, he believes the filibuster should continue, but there should be more pain if you want to utilize it.
More.
Does President Biden agree that there needs to be tweaks in how the filibuster is utilized?
Well, I'll first say the president's preference is not to get rid of the filibuster. Look at what we've been able to accomplish in the last 6 weeks. He's on the verge of passing a historic relief bill that's going to cut child poverty in half and create 7 million jobs. We'll have enough vaccines for all Americans by May. 13 cabinet nominees have been confirmed. We rejoined the Paris Climate Agreement. We ended the discriminatory Muslim ban. He's met with members on both sides of the aisle in the Oval, and he wants to continue to work on a bipartisan basis. And we believe there are opportunities to do exactly that. In infrastructure, I believe that's an area I think Senator Manchin touched on yesterday during one of his interviews. It's a policy area that's close to the president's heart, one he's had a lot of interest in and commitment to, even to when he was vice president and before. There's been historic bipartisan support for that. Immigration, modernizing our immigration system, historic bipartisan support for efforts moving forward. The president is an optimist by nature, otherwise he probably wouldn't be in this job, and he believes that there is opportunity to work with Democrats and Republicans to get work done for the American people.
Military. Blazing the trail a little wider, a little brighter, for all proud women following in their path and looking to their example. And I wanted to shine the light on these accomplishments for those women today, because General Van Ovost is reiterated in an interview this last week, and I'm the second person to say this: it's hard to be what you can't see. It's hard to be what you can't see. but you'll soon.
The Senate passage of President Joe Biden's $1.9 trillion bill brought the massive legislation one step closer to law. But first, the bill is to go back to the other side of the Capitol, where the House, which already passed its own version of the bill, is scheduled to vote Tuesday to approve the changes made in the Senate. That vote is expected to succeed on a party line, as it did in the Senate with a narrow Democratic majority. Only after the House passed the Senate version would it land back on Biden's desk. After that, the turnaround time, between it being more than a 600-page bill and money in people's pockets, could be relatively quick. People could start seeing the stimulus money hit their bank accounts within days of Biden signing the bill. And that is expected to happen sooner, after the House votes on Tuesday. Now, for the previous pandemic stimulus bill, the IRS started sending out the second round of payments that were worth up to $600, just 3 days after the previous president signed that bill in late December. But it's possible that tax filing season, which is currently underway, could slow down the process this time. The payments do not go all out at once. Those whose bank information is on file with the IRS would likely get the money first, because it will be directly deposited into their accounts. Others may receive their paper checks or prepaid debit cards in the mail. Still, millions of people could be at risk of missing out because the IRS does not know how to reach them. An estimated 8 million eligible people did not get the first stimulus payment, worth of the $1,200, which was approved last year and delivered over the spring and summer. While most people receive the money automatically, very low income people who don't normally file tax returns may have to take an extra step to register online or file a 2020 tax return. This time, individuals earning less than $75,000 and couples earning less than $150,000 will receive the full $1,400 payment. But the third round of checks will phase out faster than earlier payments, completely cutting off individuals who earn more than $80,000 a year, and married couples earning more than $160,000, regardless of how many children they have. As for unemployment benefits, the Senate and House bills differ on the provisions. If the House approves the Senate's changes and the bill is signed by Biden in the coming days, the jobless may see little or no break in payments. The Senate bill will continue the existing $300 weekly federal boost and 2 key pandemic unemployment programs all the way through September 6th. The House bill provides a $400 weekly enhancement and continue it. PUA, or Pandemic Unemployment Assistance Program, provides benefits to freelancers, gig workers, independent contractors, and certain people affected by the pandemic. Social Security benefits are an earned benefit. Workers pay taxes into the system, and when they become disabled, they may also be eligible to receive benefits based on their earnings. Their spouses and dependent children may also qualify. SSI is a federal program that makes monthly payments to disabled people who have limited income and resources. The program is administered by the Social Security Administration, but the funds do not come from the Social Security Trust Funds. Benefits are paid from the general revenue. There are no benefit provisions for spouses and dependent children. I hope you guys found this video useful and helpful. If you did, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and drop a like on this video.